Hi, good morning. It's Elton again here at Prayer Channel. I just want to do just a very quick teaching on what we would call the Good Samaritan. So if you have a Bible at home, please turn to Luke chapter 10. And around the verses 25 to 37, there, verse 30 and thereon I just want to focus on today, okay? So let me just read this. It's a parable that Jesus says to people who are asking him questions about loving God and etc. Jesus said this: a man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho, and he was attacked by robbers. He was stripped, and then he was taken, beaten, stripped, and then left, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road. When he saw the man, he passed by on one side. So too a Levite. When he came to the place and he saw him, he also passed by to the other side. But the Samaritan, as he travelled, he came to where the man was, and when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him, and he bandaged his wounds, pouring oil and wine on them. Then he put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and to take care of him. The next day, he took 2 denarii, and he gave them to the innkeeper. Look after him, he said, and when I return, I will reimburse you with any extra expenses that you may have. Which of these 3 do you think was the neighbour to the man who fell into the hands of the robbers? The experts in the law replied, the one who had mercy on him. Jesus told him, go and do likewise. Saints, wherever you are in your Christian walk, whether you're new to the faith or might have had a number of years of reading the scriptures, etc., I believe that there's always opportunity for being a good Samaritan to those around you. Whether it's giving of your time, giving of your gifts, or generally giving it to the needy, or supporting those who can't support themselves. And Jesus there, I think, is very clearly saying, look, go and do likewise. If you see somebody in need, love your neighbour, which is the core message of this chapter, really, of Luke 10. And the question I want to ask you is, are you a good Samaritan? And the Samaritans of those days were really isolated in some ways. The Pharisees wanted nothing to do with them. They were from Samaria. The Jews wanted nothing real much. The core temple, Sanhedrin, etc., really had nothing to do with the Samaritans. And this, in some ways, I'll close with this. In some ways, I see Jesus as this, as the Good Samaritan. I would call it an allegory maybe. But I think that sometimes when Jesus saves you, he saves you where you're at. So whether that's whether you're destitute, broken, addicted, whatever, Jesus is the good, patient Samaritan. So if you don't know him today, I'm asking you to please consider asking Jesus into your heart. He's my best friend, and he's been a good Samaritan for me many times over. So I pray that he will be a good Samaritan for you today.